Hello, One Piece enthusiasts. I'm the One Piece nerd, and today let's talk about King. So, this is out of nowhere, honestly. I wanted to make this video for a little while now, ever since Wano ended. Like, what I feel for King as a character, and especially as like an antagonist, a Yonko commander, and everything, he is probably one of my favorites. Aside from Katakuri, I think King has left a very long-term impression on me, and it's like when we got to finally understand how King met Kaido, and King being a Lunarian and everything, then we go down to Void Century lore again. I felt like he had a lot more to show than what we got from him originally, like in Wano. So I want to see him back. This is not a theory video, but since King is alive, King is confirmed to be alive through One Piece Wiki. I don't know how trustable that is, but King is alive, and I really want to see him come back. I don't know if it's gonna happen. Like, it might not happen, honestly, but I wouldn't mind it. Like, here's the video to basically throw out the ideas of what could potentially happen if King comes back. Now, before you move on, make sure to like and subscribe. I appreciate you guys so much for subscribing. We hit 100 and we're moving up and up and up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Now let's begin. So King might inevitably come back if Wano does become prevalent at some point, and it's entirely likely. Like, Pluton is in Wano, there's a poneglyph in Wano. Maybe Blackbeard doesn't need the poneglyph because he's gonna beat Law or something, but Blackbeard going to Wano for Pluton makes a little bit more sense, because we speculated all before that Luffy having all of the 3 ancient weapons makes absolutely zero sense. Like, that's way too much plot armor. So yeah, it's been theorized that Im-sama has Uranus, Blackbeard gets Pluton, and Luffy gets Poseidon. So that's how it'll go. And so if that's going to be the case, there is a surefire way how Blackbeard will definitely come to Wano to pick up Pluton. And as to how he can do it, that's for another video. But if Blackbeard does come to Wano, and we will definitely see, even if he doesn't go to Wano, at some point we will see Yamato, Momo, Kinemon, and some people from Wano to join the Grand Fleet of the Straw Hats in the inevitable battle against the world government. So why do I have such a peak interest on King rather than any other Yonko commanders? Katakuri, as a fighter, as a character, has gained my respect and gained everyone's respect in the community, and without a doubt, he is definitely the best Yonko commander we have ever seen, aside from Zoro, obviously, because leaving Luffy aside. But another person that, King is very unique in terms of what he is. Like, yeah, he's a different race. He's that one race that Big Mom doesn't have out of the 3. She doesn't have a giant, she doesn't have a Lunarian, and the third race we still don't know about. But anyways, not the point. Point is, he's from a special race. They were on the red line, and they've been experimented on. So the world government, basically what they did was basically rule out the Lunarians from Redline, made Pangaea Castle, and now wants the Lunarians for experimentation. Like, isn't that a little bit hypocritical? Like, honestly, that's how the world government rolls, and you gotta deal with it. But that's not the problem. Problem here is, like, what I'm trying to say is, this is what's interesting. The amount of information King might have about his race, and the way everything is connected to the Void Century, and how Joy Boy, like from 800 years ago, were friends with many different races, and Lunarians could definitely be one of them. So they could definitely be one of them, and it's sort of like it maybe could tie down to more things being revealed. Like, they could be one of those special races that actually saw everything through and through, and they experienced the most injustice out of every single race. Maybe Fishmans did a lot more, but whatever, not the point. Point is, something bad happened. Alongside that, I wouldn't stop here. I would also say things about how King was looking for the one that will change the world. For him, it was Kaido. Kaido is the one who saved him, granted, and he did accept Kaido to be Joy Boy. But Kaido said something completely different. King didn't want to believe that there would be a Joy Boy, so Kaido said that the Joy Boy would be the person who beats me, and for King, it's like, no, then that person clearly doesn't exist. But the idea of Joy Boy is still implemented on King's mind, regardless of who it is. So I really expected at the end of the Wano arc to King to do something and show his gratitude to Luffy, but Wano was rushed. I will say this over and over again, Wano was rushed. Oda had too much on his plate, and I think some things were left to the wayside. Maybe after, now that he's finalized everything, there's an entirely possibility that, King will make an appearance again, and then we could see whatever I'm expecting out of King. That his subordination to Luffy because of Luffy being Joy Boy, and to just basically let go of one of the most extinct races in the world of One Piece, just like that. It would be very unfair to the fandom. It would be very unfair to the story as well. Because of the fact that how racial discrimination is played in One Piece, I would not really appreciate Oda just letting go of King like that. And that's probably the reason why he's still alive. But anyways, so the thing about him accepting that Joy Boy doesn't exist, but Joy Boy could be there, and then Luffy beat Kaido and Luffy is now Joy Boy, that is for sure. It's like, it would make perfect sense as to why King would go and actually take help of Luffy, because Luffy wouldn't discriminate. Luffy doesn't discriminate, because if you're genuinely a good person, and King, I know revenge is a very cliche term, but the takeover of the world government needs to happen by Luffy. And for other races to be present that has been harassed by the world government over the past 800 years, I think it would make a lot of sense. I think it would make a lot of sense as to why, different races from different people, like the Tontatas, the Giants, the Fishmans, Lunarians, they would all be there. They would all be there to witness whatever this grand thing where Luffy beats Im-sama and actually finally creates a world where division, racism doesn't exist. And for races to be there, I think it makes a perfect sense. It makes very, 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 a lot of sense, honestly. So with that being said, it's like, okay, what motivation does King have to come back? Very simple. Person who beat Kaido was Joy Boy. Kaido said it. King definitely understood it at some point, and he's probably gonna accept the fact that Luffy is Joy Boy and just come for his aid. And then when everything is done and dusted, maybe all the races that did go extinct might come back somehow. And it's like, whatever the world government did to him. I mean, the world government did a lot to everyone, like Kaido and everything, him being an Oni and gene factors, whatnot. Feel like, King deserves his shot against the world government because of the injustice that they've put him through. And I think he has an infinite amount of potential. Not because of his character design, obviously his character design was amazing, but the way he was set up, I feel like it was very, short-lived, very short-lived. Like, a character like that deserves a lot more screen time. I think a character like that needs another redemption, just like Crocodile. And, he's not a major antagonist, but you know what I mean. That's it for the video. I just want to ramble on, say why King might come back. I want to see King come back, honestly. And let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. What did you think about King? What do you think about the Lunarians? Do you think that actually plays a significant part when it comes to defeating the world government? Put the thoughts down in the comments below. I really appreciate it. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Have a great day, and peace.